Welcome to the Everything Cancer podcast. This podcast is intended for survivors, those who love them, healthcare providers, and leaders of cancer support organizations. Our guests offer insight into the honest survivor experience, how challenges are met head-on, and where blessings are discovered. We cover effective self-advocacy on the bumpy road of cancer survivorship from the moment of diagnosis on. We talk about rekindling intimacy when cancer has changed your world. We are given behind-the-scenes insight into cancer care because understanding it better empowers you to advocate for yourself more effectively. We hear from leaders of cancer support organizations about their resources and how to access them or those like them. The Everything Cancer podcast welcomes survivors who would like to share their journey and how they have met their challenges, providers who would like to share their empowering insight, and leaders of cancer support organizations who would like to share their stories and resources. We welcome support through sponsors, the Everything Cancer website, and our Patreon page. Please note, the information shared on the Everything Cancer podcast is not intended as medical advice. Please always consult with your healthcare team. The staff at Everything Cancer podcast will not answer individual healthcare concern questions. Thank you for joining us, and we hope that you enjoy this episode and find it useful. Please do share it with other people if you think they'll benefit from it, and rate us on your favorite podcast platform. Thanks and take care. Welcome to the Everything Cancer podcast. This is your host, Jill, and I'm really happy to have you here with me. Today, we're going to talk about one of the best things you can do to take care of yourself at any point on the cancer journey, and that is getting good sleep. Sleep is healing. Sleep is restorative. Sleep helps to combat fatigue. Sleep helps with chemotherapy-induced cognitive impairment. Sleep helps relieve stress. There are so many good things about getting a good sleep. There are a lot of strategies you can use. This is going to be another short and sweet episode that hopefully will help you make a difference. Strategy number 1 for getting a good sleep is have essentially about the same bedtime every night. Life does interfere. Sometimes that is not always possible, but as much as you can, keep your bedtime fairly consistent. Your body will know that it's time for you to go to sleep. Strategy number 2, get the number of hours of sleep that you need. So adjust your bedtime and your wake-up time so that you're getting consistently 7, 8, 9 hours, what you need for a restorative sleep. And again, that restorative sleep makes a huge difference for you at any point on your journey. Strategy number 3 is to establish a bedtime routine so that your body knows you're heading to bed. My bedtime routine is washing my face with a certain soap every night. It has a scent to it. Now that I'm mindful of it, feel the tension leaving my shoulders and feel that good sense, that good tiredness that you get when it's time to go to bed, as opposed to fatigue. I can feel that seeping through me. And I've come to really actually enjoy washing my face with that soap at night. Strategy number 4 is to avoid stimulating activities at least an hour before your bedtime. And that way your mind isn't racing. So a lot of the articles I've read and a lot of the evidence-based information talks about having a dark room and a quiet room. And that's not always possible for us. And for me personally, that's not necessarily comfortable. Oftentimes my husband is traveling and I'm alone, and I don't like having a dark room, and I don't like having at least not a little bit of light. I'm uncomfortable in that situation. And I think some other people are too. So have a room set up where you are comfortable in it and you feel safe. I have read articles that have supported this. Is a big part of being able to go to sleep. You don't want a bright light shining in your eyes, so don't have a bright light on, but have something on if you need that helps your sense of safety. Because then you don't have fear going through your head either. You can relax. Other people, like my husband, absolutely adore having a dark room and no noise. And so if that's the environment that you feel comfortable in going to sleep, set it up for yourself. Another strategy to use while you're getting ready for bedtime is to, once you're in bed, go through your muscle groups, starting with your feet. Tell each muscle group it's time to relax. You don't have to take a long time to do this. And that gets your mind off of the busyness of the day and helps your body to mindfully relax. It makes a big difference when you do that. And you might actually find your sleep more refreshing when you take a few minutes to do that. On the other end of the sleep spectrum, getting up around the same time makes a difference as well. If you've noticed on days where you've gotten up a lot earlier or a lot later, you don't feel quite right. Oftentimes I feel like I have a little bit of a hangover when I get up a lot later than what I normally. So if you keep your sleep time and your awake time around the same time, again, life can interfere, but if around the same time, you will consistently feel less fatigued and feel better. Sleep is important for all of us. It is important to help fend off illness. It's important whenever we feel like we're fighting a virus or something like that. It's important to help restore health and healing. Sleep has a lot of benefits for us, and it's really worth it for you to invest in good sleep hygiene to help you get that good sleep. And I hope that this podcast episode has been helpful towards you working towards a good restorative healing sleep. Take care now. I always enjoy being here with you. Good night and good sleep. Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Everything Cancer podcast. We hope you found the conversation as insightful and as inspiring as we did. Remember, all the details about our guests, including their contact information and links to resources they've shared on their websites, will be included in the show notes. If you've enjoyed this episode, please consider supporting us by visiting our website, checking out our Patreon page, or becoming a sponsor. Your support helps us to continue to bring you these important discussions. Don't forget to subscribe to the Everything Cancer podcast on your favorite platform and follow us on social media. Always remember, the information shared here is not intended as medical advice. For any personal health concerns, please consult with your healthcare team. Thank you so much for listening, and we look forward to having you back with us again next time. And for anybody that you have invited to join us, please reach out if you would like to be a sponsor. We would welcome you. Thank you.